Welcome to Watch This, the show where we go in depth into your favourite films and TV shows.
Also today we will be reviewing our favourite films, which are Inception, Hidden Figures and Practical Magic.
As well as we have an interview with Shauna O'Toole, based in Doctor Who. She is the president and founder of Teesside University's Doctor Who Society.
So, first of all, before we go into all that, we are going to be talking about our favourite films. Now, we each have a favourite film we've selected. There's 3 in total. First of all, we're going to go through mine. Now, I've chosen Inception as my favourite film for a number of reasons, but first of all, we'll take a quick look at Inception. Now, obviously, as you can see from that trailer, I mean, Inception looks like quite a crazy sort of film. Now, basically, the story is it's about these people who go into like the subconsciousness of other people and steal like thoughts and ideas. So they're basically like mind heist is sort of like the slogan of the film.
All right, yeah.
And it's sort of like the thing that I love about the film so much is it's such a unique blockbuster because it's smart and action-packed, which is usually you have to sacrifice one for the other nowadays.
I agree with you that, and it does keep you guessing until the end. I have seen this movie. And even at the very end, you do still want more.
It ends on a mystery sort of thing. You don't really know what's happening, but in a good way. Like you're not confused as such. Like a criticism of the film is a lot of people say you don't really know what's going on, but I'd say for the most part you do. It's just maybe. I think it does add to the mystery as well.
Because it's of your own interpretation, isn't it, sort of thing? So you might not know what's going on, but then you assume what's going on, and how you think is different to other people.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so unique, I think.
I like films like that, yeah.
But also, it's just like, it's the first film I ever saw where everything just seemed to click. Like the acting, the soundtrack, the directing, just everything about it. I think it is just a perfect film.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's my opinion on Inception. I know you two have your favourite films as well.
Yep, so this week I went to see Hidden Figures. Let's watch the trailer now.
Russians have a spy satellite taking pictures of God knows what. Get us up there, Harrison. We can't justify a space program that doesn't put anything in space.
We all gonna end up unemployed riding around in this pile of junk.
You're welcome to walk the 16 miles or sit in the back of the bus.
We're putting a human into space.
We bring him in too soon, he burns up on re-entry.
I need math that doesn't yet exist. Find a mathematician before the Russians plant a flag on the damn moon.
Set in 1962, Hidden Figures is all about 3 African-American women who are working at NASA, and they are the human computers, and it's their job to get all the figures to be able to send a man to space and get them to come back home safely again.
Yeah.
Now, 1962, height of racial segregation in America,
definitely.
And it is something that the film does actually quite tackle. It does tackle really well as well, I think.
Is it quite an emotional, like, moving film? Like
it is. It's something that you want these women, these underdogs, to succeed and to do something that, you know, at the height of that time, they would never be allowed to do that. Now, it is based on a true story. So actually, Hollywood has took some liberties in timeline.
Like it might not be exactly
and
true.
a few details, but it is actually it's based on a true story. Research has gone into it. Like a lot of research has gone into the book that this movie's based on. It's a good movie.
I've only seen the trailer, but it does look like quite a good film. I do want to see it at some point.
It is one of them. It's a feel good movie. It's one of them things where you really want to feel upbeat about something.
I think definitely, like, judging from the trailer, obviously you see the women there, they're kind of like taken advantage of, and it's not shown like that they rule, but really they do, because they're smart enough, to obviously work the computers and everything, and they've got this whole sassy like thing going on about them, what I definitely love.
Obviously you've got Kevin Costner in there, who's got the generic "I'm friend to all" characters, whose tagline in the movie, as bad as it is, we all get to the peak together or we don't get there at all. But otherwise, you know, good movie. And go and see anything this week, go and see Hidden Figures.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Shannon?
Thank you. And my favourite film this week is Practical Magic, an oldie but a goodie, and you can see that now.
The Owen sisters are 2 beautiful witches.
Hang on to your husbands, girls.
With one wicked problem.
She has the worst taste in men.
Any man they fall for falls victim to a deadly curse.
Any man who wins the heart of an Owens woman is bound to end up...
I think the main reason why it's one of my favourite films is definitely because it deals with all sorts of real life situations with a magic twist. Obviously, if people are into that kind of witchcraft, spooky sort of genre, then definitely go and see it. But again, it's got elements of love, lust, two different things, by the way, guys. Yeah, hatred, jealousy, heartbreak, and it's just an all-rounder. There's elements where there's children in there, and obviously, I think it's definitely a 12. And obviously, so I watched it when I was younger, obviously passed down from my mum, who used to watch it when, obviously, it came out in 1997 when I was born.
Yeah.
And I think that's influenced me because it's my all-time go-to film when I'm going through a breakup. I'm not going to lie. It's a total one of them chick flicks.
It's kind of a strange choice for your favourite film because it kind of looks like an erotic Harry Potter sort of thing.
The trailer gives nothing away. Honestly, the trailer compared to the film is just so different. And I think, why would you have a trailer like that? Like, in a way, that's one thing I don't agree with the trailer.
Is the trailer kind of like sell the film but short?
Yeah, it just, nothing like links together. Like, obviously it looks very sexual and stuff, but again, like, there is a lot of like sexual scenes. Like, you don't actually see anything like too
graphic.
But it's still like that again, like with the love and lust.
If it's like a nice feel-good movie, I think I want to watch that this week. Definitely what I need.
Well, I mean, thank you guys for this discussion about your favourite films. Now, we are going to be going on to the TV section of the show. Now, this week, we usually discuss different TV shows. We're going to be discussing Doctor Who this week. And now, before we go into the debate about Doctor Who, we do have an interview from Shauna, who is the head of the Doctor Who Society at Teesside Uni. So let's take a look at that.
I like Doctor Who because how it connects with an audience. It's why I like a lot of TV shows, but specifically the Doctor does, because he clearly suffers from forms of anxiety and depression and stuff because of what happened in the Time War.
So what would you say is your favourite episode of Doctor Who from 2005 onwards?
I can't tell you an episode. I can tell you 3, which is Turn Left, Stolen Earth and Journey's End, which is a 3-parter from the end of season 4.
So, I mean, we can see from that interview there that Shauna sort of mentions her favourite episodes of Doctor Who. Do any of you have any particular episodes that stand out? Because for me personally, I would say that I kind of agree with her when she mentions those 3 episodes.
I do like them episodes.
Yeah.
They do link together really well. And the way that you get to see everyone come back again.
Yeah.
You get to see Captain Jack and you get to see
the Daleks as well.
The Daleks. Sarah Jane.
Oh my
and obviously
God,
that was our last episode for Doctor Who.
Also, I think that's the last time the Daleks are actually ever kind of effective as a villain.
Yeah.
Because after that point they kind of get overused.
They do a little bit, I think, but you get to see obviously Martha, you get to see Rose, which was a big one. She came back like the entire season as well. So, but I think like there's been a few episodes like that for me, especially ones like Girl in the Fireplace.
Or Blink.
Blink made me not
Blink's the one that everyone goes to, isn't it? As their favourite.
After Blink.
The
statues. I couldn't look at them for months. It was scaring me. Like,
I mean, it is a good episode if it affects you. Yeah.
I know, it is crazy how films can affect you like that, because I remember watching the Weeping Angels one, and I used to be in my mum's bed, obviously from like when I first got it Christmas time, the box set, and I would be saying I can't watch anymore, but it was so addictive because it's so adventurous, and I can't stress. And the storyline changes each episode. The 2-part episodes, obviously, they still carry on from the other side, but the storyline is always changing. And I love the fact how there may be different doctors or different acquaintances, lady friends. Which is really weird, is I've never actually seen a guy being like the Doctor's apprentice.
Well, they had Rory for a while.
Yeah, they had Rory for a while.
Yeah, but that was also with his missus, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, before we get too much into a debate, we do have a second part of this interview that we'll show now, which is again from Shauna, who's the head of the Society of Doctor Who.
What I like about it is that it isn't that the Doctor saves the day. Donna saves the Earth Girl, the girl from Chiswick. She saves the day.
Doctor Who is very much a show that has a lot of off-screen problems or off-screen drama. And one of those things is the writers, because obviously it's changed head writers from Russell T Davies to Stephen Moffat. Out of those 2, which would you say was the better writer?
Oh, Russell T Davies, straight up, definitely. Because, well, you can see by the quality of his seasons compared to the quality of Moffat's seasons. The writing is worse. I mean, it doesn't matter how good a doctor you are, it doesn't matter how good an actor you are, you've got bad writing, you can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
You have to just try your best, and then even then it's subpar. But the thing is, they're like a lot of filler episodes that aren't really needed.
Yeah.
And they like waste time and they don't add to that story arc. So I don't think he quite understands how to work a proper story arc through a season.
Well, so as we can see there, even Shauna, who's clearly a big Doctor Who fan, does have some criticisms about the show. Now, obviously, this is part where we do debate the show. Now, I know you, Shannon, you're the one who's probably the biggest fan of Doctor Who.
Yeah, definitely. I think it all started one Christmas. I'd been bored. Obviously, my mum knew how much I loved the Sarah Jane Adventures on CBBC.
I love that, yeah.
And I was
I used to watch
hooked
it all
on
the time.
that instantly. That little canine dog I wanted. Obviously, I could never get one. I did put it on the Christmas list. Anyway, but instead, she must have sort of linked that sort of genre together, and she bought me the full box set of Doctor Who. And I think from the 25th of December till the 31st, I don't think I left my room.
So
I was hooked instantly.
Yeah.
I
loved
kind of like that. As soon as David Tennant was announced as the new
no
Doctor,
one knew him. No one knew him.
Yeah, I'd seen him in a couple of things. And obviously he was going to be in Harry Potter, so I had to go and watch this. So I went and bought Christopher Eccleston series so I could figure out how he died, so I could know about David Tennant.
Yeah.
And I think
It's a good season that as well, Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah. I think I have been hooked since then. Now, don't get me wrong, I do think that the entire Matt Smith era kind of lost it, but I don't know whether that's more because how you think it's the writers or because it wasn't David Tennant as the lead.
Well, I mean, you're sort of more forgiving than me. You've got a similar opinion, but you're more, I feel like you've got a better angle on it. For me personally, I think the show has devolved into really just terrible. You know, I feel like it's from 2005 when Christopher Eccleston started till the end of David Tennant's era where they sort of changed all the writing staff, all the crew, everything. I feel like it's gone so downhill from that point. I feel like the characters have got boring, the monsters have got just overused and like not scary. Just I feel like so much of the show's just been ruined.
It's not like that though. Like what you've got to think about is the children of today's society growing up from the 2005 when it was first brought out, and obviously up until now, and it's just evolving in a way. It's upgrading. It's generate all the time. It's just going over and over. Like obviously you were saying, like he keeps going back and using certain monsters. Like I know the Weeping Angels one.
And the Daleks have been overused as well.
Yeah, because there's such a popular kind of monster. Like you'll never see him.
I think they are, but I think you are right that we do have a new generation coming up, and we need to cater for that new generation. They don't know about the Ice Warriors.
But I would say that the problem is that it's not a kids show anymore because it's so complicated. The episodes before it was straightforward and scary. Now it's like more complicated than Inception, and Inception's not a kids film, but every episode of Doctor Who's sort of like so trippy and so over the top.
It is for adults,
but
like as well.
It caters for both.
Yeah.
Kind of like the children get the whole scary monsters. No, we have to hide behind the sofa. But the adults get the actual storyline and be able to get the teeth into it.
But do you not feel like it's more
mythology.
Something's more scary when it's just straightforward? Do you not feel like because like there doesn't seem to be any threat now? Like when it was David Tennant, you felt like people could die. When it's Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi, the Doctor's so invincible now as a character, you feel like nothing can ever harm him.
Yeah, you feel these characters.
He's sort of turned into a superhero,
He is
hasn't
a bit, and I will admit the scarier episodes did tend to happen.
David Tennant's
with
episodes,
David Tennant, with the Vashna Darada.
Or Christopher Eccleston.
Like the Vashna Darada, darkness, everyone's afraid of the dark. That was such an inspired monster.
And that was Stephen Moffat, who is now the writer.
Yeah. And it hasn't been used again. So it's just got that one episode of The Silence in the Light, not The Silence in the Library.
Yeah, Silence in the Library.
And it's such a good episode. And obviously that's the first time we see River Song as well. So you've got the whole
it's a shame it wasn't the last time as well, because I've got to say, her as a character really annoys me.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest,
her storyline is a bit it's wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
I thought it was a bit blurred, but I loved it still though, even though all these things that we are agreeing on, but yous are still like disagreeing. But I always think like it will be a genuinely like good show no matter what the age limit is. Of course, take that back, I'm on about maybe 12 upwards. I mean, I started watching when I was about 12 when I was in juniors, and obviously from that it kind of like I grew up with this whole imagination, like adventures rule, and I wanted to go look out for monsters, and obviously in a way it can be a bit misleading depending on the age. Of course, me and my mum used to go everywhere looking for these monsters when I was younger, but
well, I mean, it's something we're never going to agree on, is it? I mean, we all have different opinions. Well, thank you both for debating it with me, and thank you for watching as well. Let us know what your opinions on Doctor Who are on the website or on Twitter or Facebook, and don't forget to join us next week when I'll be reviewing Logan.
And me and Stacey will be reviewing Lucifer.
Can't wait for that. Also, please join us on social media at Watch This for our giveaway of a year's subscription to Amazon Prime.
Thanks for watching. See you next week.
Bye now.